WRMN. It's the talk of the town. So come on and listen now. It's Deano's Night Out on WRMN 1410. Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town. So come on and listen now. It's Deano's Night Out on WRMN 1410.
And hello, how's everybody doing? Welcome to another afternoon with Deano's Night Out right here, 2 to 4 today. And we've got our great show lined up. I've got our good friend, Tom Holbrook, and he's from the Bozeum is where he's from. Your mic is live there, Tom.
Well, good morning, good afternoon, WRMN listening audience, wherever you are in this great, beautiful world that we are in. Thank you for tuning in to Deano's Night Out, and thank you for putting up with this little bit of tomfoolery today.
Well, I'd say it's not tomfoolery. I think this is quite I don't know what you want to call it, an addition, certainly addition to the block here. People are going to be able to see, how many years is this now, the Bozo thing?
Oh, we're going on 80 years of fun, I'm calling it. 80
years of Bozo.
Yep, 80 years of fun.
To be able to have a collection as large as yours, that's got to be the biggest collection known to man.
You know, it's funny that you even bring that up. There's so many things I want to talk about today. We're actually considering going into contacting that super thick book that we all looked at as in our youth and saw all these crazy records that people were breaking and setting and everything like that. You know what that book's called, right?
Yeah, what's that?
That's called the Guinness Books.
The Guinness
Book of World Records. Yeah, Guinness Book of World Records. Wouldn't it be fun to have Bozo the Clown in the Guinness Book of World Records? Maybe not just for the Bozeum collection, but maybe for as many television shows that were produced with the Bozo character.
And a single clown to be 80 years. I think that, I bet there's no other clown.
Mr. Larry Harmon used to say that at least 2 out of every 4, like half the population, knew or had seen a Bozo television show or something. Yeah.
It has to be at least, absolutely.
Yeah.
Well, listen, we got a couple of phone calls in here already. We had told people
Thank you for calling
we were going to have you on today. We've been, Matt's been talking about it during the week, talked about it on the morning show. Morning show was a great show. Elliot has decided to
we're going to miss him.
Move on. Yeah.
The L train's rolling on.
Wonderful man. But we had a great send-off. We had a lot of people call in. It was just all-around good show.
Yeah, I wish I could have stopped in. I sent a text to Susie and gave my best wishes to Elliot. I know we're going to see him again. He's not going to be a stranger to the WRMN family. He's part of the family. So I sent my not condolences, but best wishes to L Train as he's moving along, and we know we're going to see him again.
Yeah, he's going to a place called Orphans of the Storm Animal Shelter, and I think they're out in Deerfield.
Well, he'll be stopping in here. I know for a fact he'll be stopping in here.
A lot more to do with Elliot, and we're so glad that he's there. But you know what, Tom? I don't want to keep people waiting on the phone. They're pretty anxious to.
You think they're anxious? Oh, goodness.
They gotta be, because between.
Whoa, Nelly, huh?
Oh, Nelly. All right, let's get our first caller on the line. And here we go, caller. Who do we got on the phone line with us today?
This is David Eaton, and I used to be a bozo on television in Ohio.
Oh, it's my friend, David Eaton.
David Eaton.
Yeah, we published your wonderful autobiography, Being Bozo. Yeah, what a wonderful book that is.
That's right.
How are you doing there in Florida?
That was a fun experience.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Quite the story, too. David was very kind in allowing me to work on that project with him. and allowed me to design the cover and the back cover and to put together the scrapbook in the back of the book. It turned out absolutely beautiful, and we sold out of all the first run. David was also very kind to sign original black and white photographs that were given away by the station that accompanied each and every book that was sold. And we're hoping to go back into print with that, David, and with some upgrades and some new tweaks and stuff for it.
So, David,
It's threatening to do that.
if I could ask you, David, you were Bozo from Ohio, right?
Let me see that if I find that
correct.
picture. I know I got
And
one.
what year was that about?
Oh, gosh, the late 70s.
Late?
No, the late 60s.
Yeah, late
Tom, when
60s,
was it?
David.
I think it was the late
68, 69, something like that.
Yes.
I'm looking through a bunch of photographs right now, trying to find your image. I have it right here.
Let me see which one and see if I have it as well, and I could try and put it up.
Here, and if I could get it into the camera a little bit, there's Mr. David Eaton, looking good. This one is signed by Mr. Eaton. Yeah,
Wow, you
fantastic.
look like a movie star there, David.
He is a movie star. There he is. You want to take a look at that there, Deano?
I was in my late 20s when I was Bozo. I'm now 84 and living in Winter Park, Florida. It's a nice, balmy 74 degrees here.
Oh, lucky you, yeah.
You know, we're not doing too bad. What's today's weather over here? I think we're in the
Maybe 50?
at least 51, maybe
Yeah.
40, something like that. So that's great.
Yeah, David had some fantastic stories to tell in regards to how he became Bozo and how he was taught to be Bozo and putting on his first makeup and everything. The interesting thing, the thing that I found very interesting about David's time as Bozo the Clown, and it ran for almost 2 years on the UHF station before the station went under, but David actually had to create everything for the show. He had to build the peanut gallery. He had to sew the curtains. He had to paint
no
the
help at
floor.
all, huh?
It was him and Bozo, I guess, working hard to
I
put it all
guess.
together. It was quite a popular show back then. They were inundated by a number of licensors, and everything was for commercial consideration, you know, so a lot of manufacturers would send material in.
Sure.
And David had to, and if you go online, I should have given you the address, go online to, you could see David Eaton running around on YouTube, and there's one of the shows that's in color. Sorry, David, to be talking so much. You know me. And
Actually, YouTube took my show down, but because of copyright issues. But Six Flags Over Texas is my visit there is still online.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a wonderful opportunity for people to see that as well. Many of the Bozos around the country were invited to attend or visit the Six Flags Over Texas because that was like one of the first establishments that they had. And so what they figured, and just what David did, is they would go in there with a film crew and they would film all types of exploits and fun and showcase the park. And that would entice people to want to go on vacation down there. So I think that runs about 10 minutes, right?
That's right. And I want to tell Dino that Tom is a veritable encyclopedia of Bozo knowledge.
Oh, I'm telling you, you can't get a fact in edgewise with Tom.
Oh, you guys are too kind. I wish I could remember as much as I've forgotten.
But
He wrote a book on the subject, which I keep pushing him to try to release once again. But it's a pretty thick book, from my understanding.
Yeah, the first one he put out was
the
pretty
Bozo
awesome.
Chronicles. Yeah, I didn't bring that with me today. I apologize. I had it on the last visits, and I was like, well, let's bring something new down. Yeah, that book actually, David, since its conception and self-publishing back in 2010 has actually grown significantly with a couple extra 100 pages and several dozens of additional photographs. So it's going to be somewhere in the neighborhood of 900 pages plus. And as it sits now, when I published in 2010, it was like 600 pages and about 1,500 rare and unpublished images. And it features the origin and history of the character all the way to when Mr. Harmon picked up the license in 1956.
Hey, David, you still there with us, right?
Yeah, indeed.
Okay, so he could give us these facts and figures, and we can go in that encyclopedia.
Yeah, let's hear David tell a little story.
But what I want to ask is, what was your most memorable moment as being Bozo? Even though you're the Ohio Bozo, what was your most memorable moment you could share with us as being Bozo, please?
Well, I'll tell you what it was. It was not being hired by the producer of the WGN Bozo after the demise of Bob Bell. And when I went for my interview, and there's two parts to this story.
That's okay.
The thing that he objected to from my, there was a videotape of one of my shows. He didn't like bozoisms, and Tom can tell you about bozoisms.
Oh yeah, may I interject here? The bozoisms are phrases like "wowee, kazowie," and "hoop-de-doodly, doo-doo-doo," and "whoa, Nelly."
Yeah. So he didn't like those, and that did me in. But I had a good friend that I had worked with before, both in theater, and he used to be a guest on my TV shows, and his name was Joey Deano. Sure. And I mentioned to him that I had auditioned, and he got his agent to submit him in Chicago, and son of a gun, he got the job.
Yeah, for over 17 years he was Bozo the Clown.
Right. He was there forever.
Yeah, he closed the show in Chicago, so to speak.
And if you're watching on the YouTube screen, you can see the photo of Joey there.
Yeah, I think it was from 1984 to 2001. Yeah.
That's right. Joey had appeared. I had two different. I actually had three, but two primary children's shows back in the day. One was at a UHF station. This is when UHF stations first came on the air, and they had a devil of a time getting an audience because it was very new. But anyway, then I worked for a CBS affiliate in Dayton, Ohio, wow. And Joey was a guest on that show. It was called The Good Time Invention. It was also a children's show.
Yeah, you had the shows that are kind of typical of the era and similar
Absolutely.
to what people would remember out here in Chicago as Ray Rayner and Friends, where you ran Warner Brothers cartoons and you talked with the kids and all that kind of stuff.
Yeah, we had a good time.
Television was fun back then.
It was. And that all came to a screeching halt suddenly when the FCC loosened their grip on stations being required to have live television, and then
educational format.
That's right.
Yeah.
And once they made that decision, then virtually every child's television show, not all, but just about all of them, went off the air and were replaced by cartoon packages.
Yeah, even though there was a host of a cartoon show, like let's say hypothetically Sailor Jack and Monster Melvin or something showing cartoons, they were no longer able to be a host like that, and so it was basically a plug and play situation where the station would just run a cartoon package that they licensed from various distributors.
So why would they stop that?
Instead of having live studio audience, etc.
Yeah, correct. Yeah, no more studio audiences. The production value, the production cost. But it was also because of the FCC. See, like during the time when David was lucky enough to portray Bozo on the station in Dayton, Ohio, he was also a spokesman for not only for the station, but how can I put it? Like Ed McMahon on the Tonight Show, where he would talk about, I'm going to paraphrase here, David, no disrespect. Hey, boys and girls, if you really like pancakes, have your mom and dad take you to the Sunshine Pancake House, where, you know, they are light and fluffy and made with love and all that kind of stuff. And
sure. So live reads and promotions.
Yeah, correct. Okay. Yeah, he was shilling for coats and shoes and restaurants and amusement parks and everything else. So it was like a big advertisement with Bozo putting a feature on it. So they were like, wait a minute. You know, Bozo can't be, recommending all this kind of stuff. And the FCC took offense to it. And Mr. Harmon even went to court over that and said, hey, you're killing my business, you know.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Wow, yeah. I didn't know that, Tom.
See? How do you like that? That's another piece you just learned today, David. So give us something else. Give us a little something. One of your maybe fun fun things that happen to you or something working with the children? I imagine that's got to be fun.
We had a little boy who played the Bucket Bonanza game, which was a game that virtually every Bozo show had, and he won. And it's not an easy game to win.
That's the grand prize game for those out there. Yeah.
He won a billboard of Bozo the Clown, showing Bozo the Clown. And he also won a travel trailer. It was just amazing.
A travel trailer.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
The story is in your book, and I was amazed. The little boy showed up in costume when he was on the show, and he won the billboard. And the billboard, we don't actually have a photograph of what it looked like, and I've been searching the newspaper archives to try to find one, but there is an image that we captured from a photograph that David has in his scrapbook, and that photograph image that we captured of the billboard was used on the cover of the book.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
You did a great job helping me design that cover too, that front cover. Yeah.
Oh, thank you very much.
Yeah, it really turned out nice. I am reluctant to say, well, I'm sad to say that I didn't bring it with me today because I had it at my other visits here at the station, and we've talked about it at length. And I apologize for not bringing that today.
I think we should talk some. I think you should talk some, Tom, about your collection.
Well, that's kind of you, David. Thank you so very much for calling. I love you. You know that.
Okay, I better let you go, fellas.
David, thank you very much for calling. That was David Eaton. He was the Bozo in Ohio. Thank you very much.
Yeah, David Eaton.
Appreciate
Here we go. David Eaton right there. Looking good, David.
And we got another caller. Caller, who do we have on the line now? We got another one waiting.
Tom, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Me, Kevin Butler.
Oh, Kevin Butler. How are you today, sir?
Fine, sir. I should point out to your friend there that I was never Bozo on any TV show, but I was lucky enough to interview two men who played Bozo in New York, Bill Britton on WPIX TV Channel 11 and Gordon Ramsay on WRTV Channel 9, two wonderful men who sadly are no longer with us.
Yeah, I know I have a picture here of Bill Britton as Bozo. Kevin Butler is quite a historian in his own right and very in tune with pop culture and children's television shows in the past. And so he's quite an encyclopedia of knowledge on his own. I'm very glad to have him as a friend. Here's a picture of Bill Britton as Bozo.
Yeah, I had that same photo, which he autographed for me in my files. In regards to
I'm going to come and get that.
In regards to a Bozo story, I remember Bill had done a personal appearance with Doris Fay was Princess Ticklefeather, the Native American ventriloquist, at the Laconia Theater in the Bronx back in the early 60s. Bill was very entertaining, a lot of fun, and so was Ms. Fay. And he did his show from 1959 to 64. He also got help with the special effects and props with a man named Harry Harris, who was a prop man and what you would call it, set designer from Broadway and from vaudeville. And he created all the sets, all the special effects for Bill's show in New York.
How about this show? How about this photo right here, Kevin? Is a picture of Mr. Britton and Princess Ticklefeather. I don't know if you can see that online.
I've not seen that as yet, but I'd like to see that one of these days. I tried to get an interview with Miss Fay. Unfortunately, she turned me down. And after so many rejections, I said, forget it. If she's not interested, I can't deal with her anymore.
Yeah, I think towards the end of her career, she got a little bit hesitant in regards to talking about what she had done with her career and everything like that. As we talked about before, she had there's two pictures here, Mr. Deano. She had quite a burlesque show at one time where she did ventriloquism with her belly button.
I heard you mention that. She also appeared in the original Broadway production of Gypsy. I think she played Ms. Mazeppa.
These are nice.
Yeah, we're going to show a couple more pictures of Bill Britton here.
Yeah, Kevin.
Look at that.
Yeah, he also Bill did personal appearances in many venues, including Freedomland Amusement Park in the Bronx and Palisades Amusement Park in the Bronx. And he co-hosted TV specials at Channel 11, the WPIX Christmas parties, and the visit to Freedomland.
Now, you are really up on Bill Britton because he was a close personal friend of yours. he also had a number of other children's television shows, like some other Bozo actors, like David Eaton, had their other television shows besides Bozo. What are some of the other shows that Bill Britton had in regards to his children's television show career?
The first one he did was Jolly Gene and his Fun Machine. He was never on camera, but he manipulated the puppets. Jolly Gene, Yoo-Hoo the Coo, and Waldo the Dodo. The cartoon.
What did you call me?
Well, he manipulated the puppets and voiced them. Chuck Luxey was the cartoonist until he left, and Bill did the cartooning on the show. It's sort of like a variation of Winky Dink.
Now hold it right there. I just want to digress just a little bit for the listening audience. Children's television shows back in the day, this was way before Sesame Street, way before
Definitely.
the creative talents of Jim Henson, who actually saw the writing on the wall during that time and really made puppets a household name with Sesame Street. But puppets were a mainstay in a majority of children's television shows back in the early television days.
That's true. In fact, before he became a clown on TV and did kids shows, Bill was a performer in nightclubs, and he played a clown for a gas station franchise in Seattle, Washington. He learned puppetry in Seattle, and one of the persons who taught him was the first puppeteer in Howdy Doody, Frank Paris.
Wow, that's amazing. You know, we didn't get a chance to talk about puppetry with David Eaton, but David Eaton was quite a puppeteer in his own right and had a puppet studio, as well as penned a book about Pinocchio and puppet theater and such. He also, early in the days, had a cartoon show with a young lady host where he was the puppeteer there. It's quite a parallel that these performers had during their careers. It truly is.
Yeah, Bill also did Time for Fun. He was the third host performer. He played the bumbling clubhouse leader, Johnny Jellybean, after Bob Keisha was coining the clown, left that show in Tinker's Workshop to do Captain Kangaroo. Uncle Joe Bobo was a popular kids show in Ohio, did the show for a time.
Now, for our listening audience, Bob Keisham was also another clown that we all know.
Clarabelle on Howdy Doody.
Yes. Clarabelle on Howdy Doody, yeah.
Hey, Kevin?
And then, sorry, you were going to say something?
Yeah, Kevin Deano here. What we're going is we're getting to the bottom of the hour, and that's a hard break. We have two other callers on the line. We're going to ask them to hold. If you want to hold for the, it's like about a 4-minute, a little break that we're going to take here. We'd love to have you talk some more with us. I mean, until we hit our break, you're welcome to keep going. But,
sure, I can wait.
Yeah.
Thank you, Kevin.
All right, so why don't you hold on for just a few moments, and we'll get back to you on the phone. I'll get the other callers. We'll find out who's on hold. And there's our music. So we're going to have to put everybody on hold at this point here. And we're going to
Please stay with us, everyone.
Yeah, please. We're going to be back in just a little bit. Listen to WRMN 1410. And we've got right in this room today, Tom Holbrook. And he's talking about all his collection and all the different people we got calling in, former bozos and everything else. And he's really talking about what's going to be happening with his place he's calling the Bozeum. So you're going to want to hear the rest of the people that are calling in. Hang tight, everybody. And we're going to get back to you just as quick as we can. WRMN 1410, you are right now listening to Dino's Night Out.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby, brought to you by RainX. Illinois lawmakers are considering a bill to set statewide standards for school panic alert systems. The proposal would require technology allowing staff to instantly notify police during emergencies. Known as Alyssa's Alert, similar systems are already used in several states following the 2018 Parkland school shooting. Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul is suing to block a plan to cut public health funding to Illinois and 3 other states. The Trump administration intends to rescind about $600 million, including grants for HIV and disease prevention programs. Illinois will soon require lenders to use a digital system for vehicle titles. Officials say the change will speed processing, reduce delays, and improve fraud protection by replacing paper titles with electronic records. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Are you 50 or older? This news is for you. The CDC recommends you get vaccinated against pneumococcal pneumonia. Even if you're healthy, your age puts you at risk. People 50 or older are over 6 times more likely to be hospitalized with pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults 18 to 49. Just one shot can help protect you. Learn more and schedule at vaxassist.com. That's VAXassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
With Fidelity Wealth Management, a dedicated advisor gets to know you and your goals to build a comprehensive plan to help grow and protect your wealth. Backed by a team of specialists, they'll analyze all your accounts, even the ones they don't manage, to keep an eye on taxes and provide proactive portfolio insights that can help you unlock your wealth's full potential. Learn more at fidelity.com/wealth. Investment minimums apply. Fidelity Brokerage Services, LLC. Member NYSE SIPC.
Since 1960, Fox Valley Fire and Safety has been dedicated to caring for our customers and protecting our community. What began in a family basement with just 2 employees has grown into a team of more than 300, supported by nearly 200 service vehicles. But our mission has never changed. We're here to keep the people and businesses we serve safe. Our service technicians are available 24/7, 365 days a year, across Northern Illinois, because your safety can't wait. To learn more, visit foxvalleyfire.com or call 847-695-5990. A proud member of the Elgin Area Chamber of Commerce, supporting the local business community.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, sunny with a high near 50. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 30. Saturday brings partly sunny skies with a high near 51. Saturday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 33. Sunday, sunny with a high near 56. Currently, it's 50 and clear. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The Colonel made his $10 Tuesday bucket so full with 8 pieces of juicy, crispy chicken or tenders that it might just last you till Wednesday, if you've got that kind of self-control. I mean, some people want leftovers. Others are more into right nowers. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. $10, 8 pieces, one big deal with KFC $10 Tuesdays.
Prices and participation may vary. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
Deano's Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Deano's Night Out on WRMN 1410. On WRMN, it's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Deano's Night Out on WRMN 1410.
Hey, we are back. I like to think it's Deano's Night Out, but I think it's been Tom Holbrook's hour or something like that. But we have had, in that last half hour, we have put 2 hours worth of content. And I'm going to tell you, Tom Holbrook, who is really putting together a great project. He's been working on it for a long time. We need your help, everyone. No, you're doing great. But he's been working on it for a long time. And he's just doing an awesome job. I'm going to switch over. You can see him. Your mics are hot right now. And now joining us We also have Jeff Myers.
Jeffrey Myers.
That's the voice of Elgin, the guy that actually showed me around when I first started doing this about 20 years ago. And we weren't in this little studio where people saw us. It was just hand gestures and like, you know, the old cut the throat, like, stop talking. I want to say something, you know.
Iowa.
Yes, sir. Dayton. Yeah.
And we also have on hold right now, we have Kevin Butler, who worked with the Bill Britton Bozo. And I've got one other guy that we're going to put on before you there, Kevin, so don't get antsy on us. We're going to talk to a gentleman by the name of Noah. And Noah, you are on the phone. Can you hear us?
Yes. How are you?
Beautiful. How are you today,
Hi,
sir?
Noah.
Good. Hi. How you doing?
Nice to hear from you. Thanks for calling.
Yeah, I just have a lot of wonderful memories from the show. Back at the time that I watched it, it was on at like 7 a.m. on weekdays.
Are you talking about the Chicago show?
Yes. Yes, this is from the Chicago area, and my time was when Joey Dioria was
Joey's
Bozo.
Yes.
And I have met Joey in person twice. I have a picture with him 2 times. It's been very interesting I've met a lot of other celebrities in my time too, but it was really cool to meet Joey Dioria twice. But some history that I have in my family was that my stepfather, back in the day when he was young, he and his aunt were on the Bozo show. And back then, they were able to, he got called up to the grand prize game. Back then, the person with you was able to finish if you couldn't. So he got up to bucket 3, and then his aunt finished to bucket 6, and then they got the bicycle.
Oh, my. They won the bicycle all the way to bucket 6. Yeah.
Fastback bicycle.
Yeah. So then that's been a cool memory for him. And then for me as well, that I could see it to know that something that I watched in my childhood was from his history. He's been my stepfather for over 30 years and a very good one also.
Does your stepfather have any photographs from that era?
No, unfortunately not.
Well, when he comes to see the Bozeum, hopefully he'll be able to reminisce and see some wonderful images that will remind him of the fun that he had when he visited the Bozo show in Chicago.
Yeah, I hope I can get him to that.
Well, we're hoping to put some of it online as well for people to see. I think people would really get a kick out of that as well.
Yeah.
Now, a lot of people don't know this. Just as you said, the parents, the adult accompanying the youth that attended the show, was also like able to finish the show, finish the grand prize game for them. But that also spurred another show of Bozos. WGN had 2 shows, and one of them the second one was called Bozo's Big Top.
Yeah, I saw that one on YouTube. I never saw that on TV, but I have seen it on YouTube. That was a pretty cool one.
Yeah, that was quite an era for Chicago and Bozo. Very popular. And
the one that I saw was an hour long. And then as time went on, after when that one started to go away, they started making another show called the Bozo Super Sunday Show. That was a weekly show, and it was 2 hours long. And I think that lasted about 7 years.
And I believe the story behind that is it was set up primarily in the 2-hour format for educational purposes and to fulfill ticket requests.
Yeah, something like that. I don't really know the whole history about that one. But,
it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, and one of the things that I am actually doing now in my free time, I do a lot of journal writing. I do things from either special occasions or vacations I take or other things that I can remember. And one of them that I started a couple of years ago is my memories of just from watching the Bozo show and other things that I remember of it happening over time. So I'm hoping to send that into WGN whenever I get it done.
That would be nice. You know, with the advent of AI, you can have AI assist you in putting images together to complement your story as well. I'd be happy to submit pictures if you need them.
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk further online with you about that through email or something. As of right now, I'm kind of like I'm a random writer. I only do so much at a time, and then I got like certain stories that I concentrate on. Depends on what I'm in the mood to write at the moment I get to my writing.
I'm glad to hear that you're doing this.
Tom, how would Noah get a hold of you if he wanted to?
Well, maybe I know him. I meet a lot of people, and I'm not really good with names, and I apologize. But if people want to get a hold of me, they can contact me through my Yahoo email address at Tommy, Tommy, period, and then my last name, Holbrook, HOLB as in boy or as in bozo, ROOK. That's Tommy, period, Holbrook at yahoo.com. All lowercase letters. And I'll be happy to take your emails and stuff.
All right. Well, I actually have spoken to you many times. I am a friend of yours on Facebook, believe it or not.
There we go. Yeah, I have over 1,000 friends, and I get hit up all the time. I can't even keep up with Facebook, I'll tell you that.
Yeah, I know. It's hard.
It's kind of crazy.
Hey, Noah, we thank you very much for calling.
Yeah, you're awesome.
We have Mr. Kevin Butler that we wanted to get back, and I got another phone call after.
Talk to you again soon.
All right, sir. Thank you,
for
Noah.
calling,
Have
sir.
a good one.
Bye now.
Bye-bye.
Kevin, are you there, sir?
Yeah. In regards to the other kid shows that Bill did, he also, believe it or not, was the third host of Wonderama after Sandy Becker and Herb Sheldon left. And he did that for the remainder of the 1958 TV season. And that was the first Wonderama show to be pre-taped on Thursday afternoons for Sunday morning broadcast. Sonny Fox and later Bob McAllister would do the same thing, taping on Thursday for Sunday, because when Channel 5, which was Dumont from 1944 to 58, that was Dumont, but by 1950 it was acquired by Metro Media, and the head of the station at that time, Mr. Kluge, said, you can't tie up the station all day Sunday, only live kids show, you'll have to tape it on another day. So Thursday was the day they would tape the show on Thursday afternoons for Sunday morning broadcasts. And Bill did that show. He did one other kid show at Channel 11, the Cartoon Express, where as a zany train engineer, Smokey Bill, he reran cartoons, Three Stooges, and Laurel and Hardy comedies on Saturday mornings for a time. So he did a lot of other kid shows aside from Bozo. I should also mention, for a time in Virginia, Mr. McAllister played Bozo, as well as doing Ranch House Tales and the Little Rascals Clubhouse, which became the Bob and Chauncey show with his puppet, Chauncey.
Now, Kevin, let me interject here. With Bob McAllister's work in Virginia, that has been something that I've had quite a challenge in tracking down and verifying, though I have heard the same information that you've shared with us. And do you recall the station call letters for that Virginia show?
I can't at the moment. It would take time for me to look it up, but I do know he worked there at the beginning. You could probably find out about it in a book written by Jay Jennings, because he wrote a biography on Bob McAllister.
Oh, thank you for sharing that.
That book, I believe, is still available on Amazon.com in paperback. I know he did that, and he gives a good look at McAllister's career. Also, long before he even became a clown on television, Bill Britton had played a clown for a gas station franchise in Seattle, Washington. Later, when he left Seattle and came to New York City, believe it or not, he was a clown with Ringling Brothers. He played Professor Okie Dokie. The clown did an entire bit with a chair. Once you sat in it, it would collapse, but when you got up, it would right itself again. He worked with Ringling Brothers while he was in New York, but when he went on the road, he said, no thanks, I'm staying in New York. He did some nightclub work, and then eventually he did Jolly G's Fun Machine and Time for Fun. And the guy who got him the job on Time for Fun, believe it or not, was Norman Fell. You may remember from Three's Company and The Ropers.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes. We're talking about Bill Britton there. There he is.
There he is.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it sounds like you got a whole wealth of information there. We got two more calls on the line here, Kevin. Is there a way, like, you want to share some of your information? Do you have a website, email, or something people could reach you?
I don't have a website or an email, and there's no way I can transfer my interviews to tape, to the Internet. I also do not give them out because I don't want to lose them. So, one person, I had interviewed Carmen Gaby, who was the makeup artist on Channel 5, and an interview with Henry Kleinbach Brandon. You may remember him from Lord Hardy's March to Wooden Soldiers. This relative of mine, I will not name him publicly, but he stupidly destroyed those interviews. And I made it clear to him, you will never do this to me again. Don't you dare touch my tapes.
There you go.
Kevin and I will speak at length whenever we get on the phone together, and they're usually 3-4 hour conversations.
I can't imagine you two talking that long. Anyhow, listen, we're going to thank you very much for calling today, Kevin. We are going to go to another call, if you don't mind, sir.
Well, I don't want to keep you, so thank you for allowing me to be on your show. And good luck with your museum, Tom, and I hope that you'll be able to update and revive the Bozo Chronicles book again.
Oh, thank you, Kevin. Yeah, we're looking to do that as well. I appreciate you calling in today.
Thank you, Kevin. Have a great day, sir.
Thank you very much, gentlemen.
Bye-bye. And we have another caller on the line. Who do we have here? Hello, you're on the air, WRMN. And now you're not.
They're taking a break. Hopefully they'll call back. Please call back.
You're on WRMN, 1410.
Hello.
Hey, how are you? Who's this?
It's Mike, and I got my ball.
Oh, that's one of the Mattel talkers.
I got one of my buddies here, yeah. Oh, my old pal Bose, yeah.
Pull the string again, please.
Okay, hold on.
So those are the Bozeums you're talking about.
That's the Mattel talking doll from the 1960s, Larry Harmon's voice. It's on a little record, so when you pull the spring activates the record.
I'll be darned.
Yeah, and I've had this probably since 1966. It was sent off for repair and cleaning, and my mom did that, and I got it back.
How wonderful.
I'm 63 years old, and I went to the show September 1966.
Oh, my.
And then I was fortunate. I got the card that says I visited Bozo Circus, and a button and a couple other little things. I think I've sent you a picture on that.
Yeah, I recall that. Did you receive? I apologize. Did you receive the Do Funny, the little red paper toy?
Yes.
Yeah, that's a rare item. I sent Deano a picture of that. That's a pretty rare item to have.
Yes, and I can't wait to come visit the museum.
Oh, that's kind of you, sir. I appreciate that. Yeah. If you can't get out here in person, we are going to hopefully put it up online so people can see it and visit it from all around the world.
Explain the Do Funny. I know you got a picture. Let's see if I have it up here for you.
The Do Funny was a cartooned image of Bozo the Clown that when it came on a card and when it was punched out and assembled, you would pull a tab and Bozo would look like he's hitting the marching drum. And it was very short-lived. If you recall, the last time we were on the show, I showed the Do Funny, and I also showed, I believe, the megaphone, the Bozo megaphone.
I remember the megaphone.
Yeah, that was quite hard and quite rare to find. Short-lived. For some reason, they went right into the buttons, and they started out with a blue button and a beige button, and then the photo buttons.
Produce.
Yeah, probably easier. Plus, the kids had the megaphone. Boy, they're probably yelling and screaming and everything. But you were very lucky to receive a Do Funny back then.
Yes, and I don't have, it's never been opened. It's never been used.
Oh, you're going to have to bring that in when you come and visit or something. If you want, if you have email, you can email me at Tommy.Holbrook@yahoo.com. I'd love to see that.
Yep. Okay, well.
Wow.
One more, and
yeah, pull the string again.
Then we're done. I hope he says I'm your old pal Bose. Just keep laughing.
That's a good one too. Thank you for calling.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate your call.
Wow. The memories that Bozo instilled in the youth way back in the day.
What did he say? He was 63 years old?
Yeah.
Yes. He was younger than the stuff he had.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Gosh,
I'm 61 62 this year. Hopefully I can collect my unemployment or my Social Security.
Jeff is about 63.
39. 39. I think
Thank you very much. Me and Jack Benny, for heaven's sakes. Yes,
39. Yeah.
I'm going on 6'6".
Oh, you look like you're 47.
You guys fit right at home with some of these tchotchkes that we brought here at the station today.
I've had growing up through as a kid.
Oh, my goodness.
I can't tell you a different thing. I probably even have some because I'm a saver.
Yeah. You shared a book with us. We have it in the Bozeum. Yeah. And those watching on YouTube, this is the Colgate Bozo Soaky. youths would have cartoon figural bath soap bottles.
Wow.
And this would also probably double as a bank with someone cutting a slit on the back, or maybe they popped the head off and made it into a hand puppet.
Only the clean kids got those.
Yeah,
only to clean them.
You had to clean your act up, yeah.
You know, another voice that you're hearing, everybody, I want to say it one more time. That's Jeff Myers. Jeff Myers has been the voice of Elgin for, oh my God, too many years. He's been.
How long has WRMN been on the radio? He's been here as long,
yeah. He's been a long time.
I first came here in 1990, but the station is, celebrating the great number of years, as you know.
Yeah, 75.
Yeah.
1990. And wherever you see Jeff, typically you're going to see Bruce Shippier. And Bruce, you may have seen him in the back. Poke your head around, Bruce.
Wonderful photographer. He's done some amazing work for me.
That has done so many great things, so many great photos.
There's Bruce.
But he's always kept, there's our guy right there. How you doing,
thank
Bruce?
you, Bruce, for being here.
Yeah, they've captured a lot of events that have gone on throughout, whether it be something to do with the city, tragedy, or some happy event. But they're out there, different fires, different police situations. But they've always been able to get to the scene and get that information out. And we're trying to build that up again.
You're very busy now.
Bruce and Jeff have been instrumental in getting us where we want to go. We're not quite there yet, but we're going to get there. Little steps, but we're taking them, and we're making the steps that count.
I like your spirit.
Yeah, WRMN. Yeah. WRMN being the talk of the town, and Jeff Myers and Bruce Shippier, many may know and may have seen them at the 4th of July parade that they cover
Always
every
at the 4th of July.
Yeah.
They have not missed one yet that I'm aware of.
We've seen them all. They have taken place.
They worked with us in our booth this past year.
Yeah, it was great.
We all worked together. It was great to have them.
The original modern day one goes back to 1997. We first covered that years ago as well, all the way through the current. I have an Elgin connection to Bozo. Can I tell you what it is?
Oh, yes, please. I love stories.
But this is our Elgin connection. Are you ready? Get comfortable over there, young man. Dean will get comfortable.
I'm good.
This is our Elgin connection. I worked with Mike DiMaselli for the Elgin Today program. He was like the producer and the main money man from 2000 to 2016. Mike DiMaselli is a 1961 grad of Elgin High School. But here's where Bozo figures in. Sit down, will you? Oh, you are sitting.
I'm sitting. Am I that short?
You are sitting. The connection to
we
Bozo.
Got two clowns in the room instead of one.
Or Mike DiMaselli. We're only as good as our bounds. The Mike DiMaselli connection to Bozo. His son-in-law is Professor Andy.
Oh, yeah, Professor Andy on the electronophone.
Yeah, Professor Andy was in charge of the music after the main Treadler Orchestra moved on. He's 87 to 2001. Professor Andy, who's still alive today, was the music man.
Fantastic.
Singular.
Hello out there, Professor Andy. And if you're listening, Andy Matran, please give us a call. You know, on that same level with Elgin Stories, early on in the Chicago show, 60, 61, 68 and such, there were a number of wonderful performers. I'm not sure if I brought the photo with me now.
But while you're doing that and looking for that, Tom has said, hey, if you would like to call in, the only thing is he's not taking a breath so that we can get the callers in. I've got two callers on hold. So we're going to take one right now. And you're on the air, WRMN. Who do we have on the phone today?
Are you talking to me?
I'm talking to you, sir.
This is Ken Mate.
Oh, Ken Mate.
Ken Mate. Wow.
How are you?
Ken Mate is one of the most popular entertainers in the Midwest and throughout the United States.
You have more video of yourself than anybody else on earth, young man.
Photos, too.
Photos and everywhere you appear. That's wonderful. You're a historical footnote for everything that you appeared in.
And we're glad to have you calling in today.
Even Jeff Myers' show.
How do you like that?
Holy Toledo.
When you made it to that show, you know you got to the top.
That's right.
That's right. We did Jeff's Place with you. And we have that. We put that video up as well, along with your 3,000 other guys. It was fun.
I had a long history with the Chicago show from 1975 until it went off. And I ended up on there 42 times.
Wow.
And but I also had something that was different than a lot of people. I was with a lot of the cast outside of the show. So a lot of them were like close friends. Especially Marshall Brodeen and Roy Brown.
You booked them around with the county fairs and other events and locations.
Correct. Yeah, we had them at the fairs and at shopping malls. We actually did all of them, Bozo, Cookie, Wizzo, and inside shopping malls that would draw thousands. Just Cookie alone was a big draw. And people would come there to take a picture and sign autographs, and it'd be crazy because they keep handing them babies, and he didn't know what to do. What am I doing with this baby? Hand me a baby. So, yeah, we kept doing that. Eventually produced Cookie's How to Be a Clown, his makeup kit, and where we made a video step-by-step of how he put on the makeup. And I'm sure, Tom, you're familiar with that.
Oh, yeah, we have the Cookie makeup kit in the Bozeum as well as the makeup guide. And you are also involved with several of the Marshall Brodeen magic kits and such.
Right. Yeah, I'm only other magician that's on his kits where we're on together. And we even have ones where it's Cookie and myself and Marshall. And those had their run for about 5 years. And then the Internet took off.
How many of those balloon sets do you think sold?
The balloon one, that did 130,000.
Yeah, look at
that. 107,000, the balloon one. I'm incorrect on that. Then 30,000 of the juggling. But that was just like in Toys R Us was doing that. So, but those stores are gone too. And but people learned how to make balloons. Now they learn how to make them on the Internet, and those guys are so much better, of course. And you can really do a lot.
Yeah, but look what you and Marshall had started way back then. You know?
Yeah, I was on the second run of it, where in the 90s, we really took it off into the price clubs and the Sam's and
home shopping show
and those. Yeah, home shopping show. Yeah, put those together. So,
here's a little story about Ken Mate, if I may just share this with everyone. I was attending Gifford Elementary in 1976, and Ken Mate was a student in the U46 district. It was Elgin High School.
Yeah, Elgin High School.
And he was touring the grade schools in my area, especially visited Gifford, and he did a 1976 bicentennial magic show, and I was probably the only kid that asked for his autograph, and I still have it to this day.
And you know what we're going to have to do? You heard that music over there, Ken. If you want to hold on, we're glad to talk to you after the break, but we're at the top of the hour, and it's a hard break over here. So do you
please hold on, Kenny.
Tom?
Yeah, Kenny.
Ken?
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Hold on, sir. Hey, WRMN 1410. We've got Tom Holbrook today in the studio here in the station talking about everything Bozo. Jeff Myers has come to join as well. But we're going to be back in just a few short moments after these messages, and you'll want to come back because I got like about 3 or 4 calls on hold. So we're going to get back with Ken a little bit, and then we'll take some other calls. WRMN 1410. Everything Bozo today with Tom Holbrook.
The Live Like Rue Foundation is a 501c3 charitable organization that assists owners and their pets through a cancer diagnosis by providing financial and emotional support. In memory of a dog named Rue, the foundation helps local shelters and rescuers by sponsoring animals with cancer who do not yet have a forever home. Live Like Rue is a beacon of light during a dark time. For support for your pet or to donate or volunteer, please go to livelikeRue.org. Again, livelikeRue.org.
When I never graduated from high school, I realized I wanted to go back to school because I didn't want to work these back-breaking jobs the rest of my life. With the help of my father and having my son, that was all the motivation that I needed to come back to school. I felt accomplished, made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
Your hometown radio station since 1949. We are WRMN AM 1410, Elgin time, 3 o'clock.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby, brought to you by RainX. Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul is suing to block a plan to cut public health funding to Illinois and 3 other states. The Trump administration intends to rescind about $600 million, including grants for HIV and disease prevention programs. Illinois will soon require lenders to use a digital system for vehicle titles. Officials say the change will speed processing, reduce delays, and improve fraud protection by replacing paper titles with electronic records. Illinois lawmakers are considering a bill to set statewide standards for school panic alert systems. The proposal would require technology allowing staff to instantly notify police during emergencies. Known as Alyssa's Alert, similar systems are already used in several states following the 2018 Parkland school shooting. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The Colonel despised the word empty. Empty plates, empty tables, empty stomachs. That's why he made the KFC $5 bowls, like the famous bowl. Creamy mashed potatoes, crispy chicken, corn, gravy, and cheese. Because the only empty the Colonel liked was when you reached the bottom of that bowl. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. 5 KFC bowls for just $5 each.
Prices and participation may vary. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's renter's insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and third-party insurers.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby, brought to you by RainX. Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul is suing to block a plan to cut public health funding to Illinois and 3 other states. The Trump administration intends to rescind about $600 million, including grants for HIV and disease prevention programs. Illinois will soon require lenders to use a digital system for vehicle titles. Officials say the change will speed processing, reduce delays, and improve fraud protection by replacing paper titles with electronic records. Illinois lawmakers are considering a bill to set statewide standards for school panic alert systems. The proposal would require technology allowing staff to instantly notify police during emergencies. Known as Alyssa's Alert, similar systems are already used in several states following the 2018 Parkland school shooting. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The Colonel despised the word empty. Empty plates, empty tables, empty stomachs. That's why he made the KFC $5 bowls, like the famous bowl. Creamy mashed potatoes, crispy chicken, corn, gravy, and cheese. Because the only empty the Colonel liked was when you reached the bottom of that bowl. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. 5 KFC bowls for just $5 each.
Prices and participation may vary. Taxes, tips, and fees extra.
Meet Matthew Preston. Inside his apartment, everything he holds dear is protected by Progressive's renter's insurance, like his laptop and a surprisingly valuable collection of baseball bobbleheads. Outside his apartment, his laptop is still protected, as are his bobbleheads, which he carries around with him for reasons no one knows. Renters, the limits of protection aren't just the four walls of your home. When you're in Progressive's Protection Zone, get a quote at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company, affiliates, and
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast. Brought to you by RainX, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, sunny with a high near 50. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 30. Saturday brings partly sunny skies with a high near 51. Saturday night, mostly cloudy with a low around 33. Sunday, sunny with a high near 56. Currently, it's 50 and clear. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
A KFC tale in the pursuit of flavor. The Colonel made his $10 Tuesday bucket so full with 8 pieces of juicy, crispy chicken or tenders that it might just last you till Wednesday. If you've got that kind of self-control. I mean, some people want leftovers. Others are more into writing hours. The Colonel lived so we could chicken. $10, 8 pieces, one big deal with KFC $10 Tuesdays.
Prices and participation may vary.
Businesses come in all shapes and sizes. Integrity doesn't. For more than a century, the Better Business Bureau has set the standards for how businesses should operate honestly and ethically. So when you're looking for a business you can trust, check to see who's BBB accredited and who isn't. Always choose the better business. Look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. That's why it's the sign of a better business. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
Does your car need a shine?
At Britain's Touchless Car Wash, they make it quick, easy, and spotless every time. And they're open 24/7 for your convenience. Right now, get a free car wash just for joining their text club. Text BRITT to 30400 and enjoy a free car wash. Visit Britain's Touchless Car Wash at 1923 Larkin Avenue in Elgin or at 555 Willow in West Dundee. Britain's, caring for your car while caring for our community.
Deano's Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Deano's Night Out on WRMN 1410. On WRMN, it's the talk of the town.
We are coming back a little early. You know how much I hate to lose that song in the background. But I'm having a great time here being on Tom's show. We're talking everything Bozo. We got Tom Holbrook here. We also have Jeff Myers on the other mic. And we're not going to turn the mics on yet because they'll just be off to the races. And we have Bruce Shippier, who's taking all the neat photos, as he always does. So we have a couple callers on the line. Ken Mate has been such a gentleman, or if we were on the other side of the pond, we say he's been quite a mate. He's been waiting, or that'd be Australia even. But he's going to hold on for just a minute. We have a caller here that we're putting on right now, and this should be Michelle. Michelle, you still there?
I'm still here.
Beautiful. Go ahead and ask Tom whatever you wanted to ask him. You're on the air live, WRMN.
Hi, Tom. How are you? It's Michelle.
Oh, it's blessed to talk with you, Michelle. Thank you very much for calling today. Appreciate that.
Absolutely. Saw you on Collector's Call.
Oh, my. How was I?
Beyond professional and entertaining. That's all I have to say.
That was quite a shoot. I didn't really have too much sleep prior to that shoot, and they were there for about 12 hours.
Wow, that's awesome.
It got quite a audience appeal to it as well. The show did, to the point to where the fans contacted MeTV and asked the show to run again, and they used it for the opening of the following season.
Wow. I love that little insight. Didn't know that.
What'd you think of all that stuff you saw?
Oh, it was well, that's part of my question. I was on the Bozo show as a child, but my question to you is, what is your favorite piece? Because I don't think you've ever really revealed what your favorite piece or collection piece is, because it's kind of like your babies. You know, you've got.
Oh my goodness!
How do you pick your favorite?
I have to agree with that. It would be a mixture of things. In the films, it would be one particular item. In the photos, it would be another, possibly. In the Capitol Records years, it might be one or two items that I know that are super hard to find, or I've only found one, or maybe I've only seen two in the world. Like the changing face toy that we had on the Collector's Call show, there was only two of those ever found. And the Bozo makeup kit from the Capitol Records era, they were from Fred Rice, and he was involved with Capitol Records. And I've never seen those come to market ever.
Interesting. Okay, well, I thank you for
You're awesome, Michelle.
Talking to me.
Yeah, you're awesome. Thank you for calling.
Michelle, thanks for calling, and you have a great day on.
Those are some good questions.
Those are real good questions.
Yeah.
Hey, we got Ken Mate. You're back on, sir.
I'm going to add to that because I know for a fact Tom now has something that you're not going to see. He's got an actual ticket to the Bozo show, and it was Bob Bell's very last day.
Mm. Yeah, that was a gift from Mr. Ken Mate, if I remember right.
Mm. And you know what's odd about that? I gave that to Marshall, who was Wizzo, and nobody ever kept the tickets. So I gave it to Marshall, and Marshall passed away. It was given back to me, and I passed it on to the Bozeum now.
Yeah, that's a beautiful piece to have. It truly is.
Let me give you a quick story here on the iconic grand prize game. Can I do that?
Yes, please.
Okay, here we go. So, first of all, the original grand prize game, the original one, that was being used down at Chicago Fest when Mayor Byrne had Chicago Fest. And they took it down there to play the game, and then sending it back, it was being transported in a station wagon, and the board was too long, and it hung out the back of the station wagon. He hit a bump, and bucket number 6 actually flew off.
Oh, my.
They went back to retrieve it, but they were too late. It was smashed flat. So the original bucket number 6 was gone. Al Hall had it in his office forever. I know his daughter, and I wanted it, but his daughter.
Oh, who wouldn't? Yeah.
Yeah. And then when they switched from the arrows to modernizing the game with the Bozo Pewter, which basically was just a set of wheels, they gave the boys and girls a red ticket or a blue ticket. And whatever they put those numbers on, they spun them and put them on, then they would call that number out, and that's who would play. Well, when the show was being taped, instead of being live, one day Al, he edited the show and left off the numbers. And the station was getting flooded with calls needing to know what those numbers were, what the numbers were. And he didn't put it on. Then he started getting threatening calls. Then they found out people are gambling on the 3 numbers. There was like a lottery going on Bozo's 3 numbers.
Oh, my goodness
That's
sakes.
a heck of a backstory.
Yeah, that is a great backstory.
Yeah, that's a backstory.
This is fantastic. Ken is a wealth of knowledge. I've been a fan of his, and I stole my first magic act from him as I used to pursue him in my youth and try to catch all the things he was doing out there. And can I share a story that a lot of people don't know, Ken, or you want me to keep it hush-hush?
I don't care.
Oh, thank you very much.
Hey,
well,
man,
Ken had been on the show. I'm sorry, Ken. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
Ken was on the show so many times and got along so well with the performers and the producers and directors and everything that a lot of people don't know this. And I don't know how he really feels about saying no to it, but his career took off and he's had a fantastic career and he's still out there performing and making people laugh. He was offered the gig of Bozo the Clown in Chicago.
That's true. That's true. I auditioned with Cookie and Wizzo wanted me to be that. They wanted me to do it, and it came down to sitting in there. I was more in line with the humor of Bob Bell, and it probably would have gotten me in trouble. But and then the way TV changed, you know, it changed. I mean, Bob Bell, all the things he said, you could never say now. And
that was my favorite Bozo,
and
was Bob Bell.
This is true. At the same time, Jerry Van Dyke wanted to be Bozo.
Oh, my.
Are you kidding me? I never heard that.
No,
Wait a minute. Back up here. Jerry Van Dyke auditioned?
He didn't. He wanted to be it. He never brought him in for an audition, and it was a good thing because then he got a big job on the show Coach.
Yeah,
it ended up being great for him. But what happened was Al Hall took me seriously aside and said, "Can you do this all the time? I don't want to be looking for another person to play Bozo years from now. 2 years from now." And so that right at that same point, I had already started out as a touring host for the Illinois State Lottery, and I knew I couldn't do it. I knew I could not handle that. And then they found Joey, and Joey was that vaudevillian actor. He had the acting chops, so that was a great find for them. And he ended up being the one. Actually, I had 20 appearances with Bell, 22 with Joey. So Joey was on it for 17 years. But
who was your favorite Bozo to work with?
Who was your favorite clown?
Bozo.
Oh, man.
You don't want to say. I wouldn't want you to say either. Joey had hard shoes to fill, so to speak. You know what I mean? And it was challenging for him to be accepted initially. And I think he really won the hearts of Chicagoans over. Oh, this is Bob Bell.
That's what I thought. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, see, Bob Bell wouldn't go out and he wasn't doing the personal appearances after that. He wasn't doing the shows, which Joey then did. He worked with the guys, and they went out and did the fairs and the shopping centers that they presented the show in.
If you don't mind, I got another caller in. You want to hold on?
Right, you
I
guys
love
have a
your
great
content.
Day. All right, man.
You want to hold on for a minute?
Go ahead.
All right, thank you. Hey, caller, you're on WRMN 1410 with Mr. Holbrook. Who do we have here?
Hi, this is Noah again.
Hey, Noah again. How are you?
I just thought I'd try again if nobody else
please,
is in line. Yeah, so just wanted to share some of my other memories. So I actually got into the Bozo Show thanks to my mother's girlfriend. She got us tickets through her job back when I was young. But we got there late, and we were all the way up at top row, so we weren't really seen much on camera. But as time went on, I still have my episode today. One of the 2 episodes I had, because another friend of mine was on the show as well, and then a couple of my friends were in one episode. 2 were in the audience. One was on stage playing the game.
Wow.
I don't remember what game offhand.
Wow.
But after having that, and then all the years of seeing the grand prize game in that, my grandpa worked out in the city of Chicago near North Avenue where Roser's Bakery is. And then he picked me up the Bozo birthday cake for my birthday one year. I think it was when I turned 9. And so I had that for my birthday one year. That was pretty cool. And
how did it taste? Did it taste funny?
Maybe. Who knows?
Do you have a picture of that cake, Mr. Noah?
I actually do. I actually do have a picture of the cake.
I would love to add that to the Bozeum. I have 2 other cakes photos in the Bozeum.
I'll send you a picture of it. I do have a picture of the cake saved. And over time, as I've watched for those 2 episodes that I've had, I don't know, there's just been other random memories and stuff that I've had other than from me getting on and getting to the cake and then going downtown, and, it was a pretty cool experience.
You're a lucky individual to be one of the thousands that...
twice he got it.
Yeah, to be on the show, not just once, but twice. Yeah, very lucky.
You get a ticket twice.
No,
Who cares if you're on the show?
Well, it wasn't twice. I only got on there once, but I wasn't really on stage. I was just in the audience. But like I said in the last call, my stepfather was on there way before my time.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I recall that now. Wow. I love hearing these stories about fans that had visited the show and got to meet their favorite clown. It was back in the day when kids could go and meet their favorite television show host at the shopping mall or the grocery store or something like that, making an appearance. And it must have really been something back in the day with either Andy Matran or Bob Trendler's Big Top Band, and being in that environment where it's just pure electric, just pure electric.
Right.
It was all fun. It was all about the kids.
To see. Yeah, and then I always liked Wizzo when he was on there. And then that was one thing that I lucked out on. And many of the other friends of mine that I know got to the show kind of lucked out on Wizzo because he was just like a random. He wasn't on there all the time. So it was cool if Wizzo got on your episode.
Oh, I have to agree. That would be really cool. Wizzo was always one of my favorite, and Marshall Brodeen was both a dear friend. He was like an uncle to me and a mentor to me as well.
Yeah. Very cool.
Thanks for calling, Noah. I appreciate the stories. Yeah. I truly do. And I look forward to receiving that picture of the cake. And happy birthday if we missed you.
Birthday's in November, but thank you.
Yeah, you got that right.
Either a little later or very early.
Yeah.
One or the other.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
Do you have any of the cake left? Send a picture of the cake.
Thank you.
All right, Noah, thanks for calling again. We appreciate it. Anything else comes to mind, we're going to be here till 4 o'clock.
All righty.
All right, sir. Talk to you later.
Bye-bye.
Bye. Hey, we're back with who? We've got Ken Mate back. Ken, are you there?
Hey, go. Now that you're on Wizzo, so get this. He's got that stone of Zanzibar. And they said, where are you from? And he says, Arabia. But, there's no place called Arabia. There isn't a place, Arabia. It's made up. Only because Marshall forgot what he wanted to say. A friend of his was vacationing in Aruba, and he forgot it. So he called it Arabia. And that's the story.
That's how it begins, just like that. Now, do you recall, I know the story, but I think it would be better if you told that, the story about how Wizzo actually, his name got coined. I believe it was during a skit or something, because I think initially he was called the Wizard.
Yeah, he just started shortening it, Wiz, that type of thing, because Bob Bell was always egging him on. Marshall originally was wearing that outfit at a trade show. He was doing a trade show for a company, and they let him keep it. And he was already doing Bozo Circus. And then he told them about it, and they said, "Hey, why don't you come on as a wizard one day?" And that's how that started.
Yeah, I recall Marshall telling me that Roy helped him with the makeup and everything.
Sure. Yeah, Roy did the same thing like that. But he made me think of that with the makeup. A lady one time wrote a real beautifully handwritten note, and it smelled the perfume and everything, but it was all the crazy things she wanted to do to Bozo. It was pretty aggressive. Yeah. And,
where's that note today?
Bob Bell, I know, I wish I had. Bob Bell goes, "You believe this? Do you believe this lady? This is really wild. Who would write a letter like that? It's sick. It's sick." And Cookie goes, "Hey, Bose, can I borrow your wig and makeup?"
Now, you had mentioned the magic arrows on the grand prize game for choosing the boys and the girls and the Bozo pewter. I just want to ask, we're getting older here. The show's no longer on the air. You can spill the beans. Was it ever rigged for certain kids to get on?
I couldn't tell you with the arrows type of thing. I couldn't tell you because they're moving the camera around. How he stopped it, that I don't know. That's beyond my knowledge. I was there at different points with this Bozo pewter, though, because it's not a computer. And it's just wheels behind at the set, and they would take half the ticket, tear off half the ticket and put it in these baskets. Now, sometimes they forgot to unload those, and they kept calling out numbers nobody had. Because they didn't empty them. But here's another part of that. So a guy who was kind of a dangerous fellow brought his grandkids there, and he wanted his kids to play. And he says, "Can you make sure the arrows get on?" They said, "Well, there's no arrows anymore. There's no arrows."
Yeah.
What is it? "Well, they've got this computer with the wheels." He goes, "Wheels? Okay, let me have my guy take a look at it." They're going to have the wheels fixed.
Did his kid get on the air?
No, it never happened. Yeah. I mean, there's no way. They just drew these numbers. That's it. That's all it was.
Yeah.
Now, Ken, I know during the fair days when Roy and Marshall were doing the county fairs and such, the show ran, 90 minutes at the most, but the autograph line was like 3 hours long.
That's right. Well, Cookie himself, for years and years, he'd fill that grandstand during the day. He's good for getting 2,500 people in there at the Kane County Fair, opening day. He was still in the and sometimes bands would come in. I remember when Charlie Daniels' band came in while they were much younger and stuff, and they wanted to get on the stage earlier, and Cookie told them they can't get on the stage, and they were upset. The clown is yelling at them. They're going, "Hey, this clown draws as much as you. He fills the stands," so they had to cool that down. Cookie taking on the Charlie Daniels band.
Well, unbeknownst to a lot of people, Roy used to wear a black leather jacket and ride a flathead Harley, way back in the day.
He was a motorcycle racer.
Yeah. He was a pretty tough character and a great artist and a wonderful puppeteer and really endeared, his heart and Cookie's character to the audience. Yeah. The big-time fan favorite.
People don't realize that he's all the puppets that were on Bozo Circus.
Yes.
And then Cuddly Dudley, but he's every one of the puppets as far as Bozo is concerned.
So he did Cuddly Dudley?
Oh, yeah, he did Cuddly Dudley.
Lambert, Bogart.
I thought that was a Ray Rayner thing.
Well, he was a puppeteer on Ray Rayner. He was a puppeteer on a couple other shows that were before my time. And I think it was, you can correct me, Kenny, I think it was Roy that took the Tribune gift for subscribing of Cuddly Dudley and turned him into the puppet. That was his idea.
Yeah, they had that was a stuffed animal that was given with subscriptions to the Tribune, and it may not even been called the Tribune at that point. It might have been called the American or something like that. But anyway, if you had a subscription, you got one of those Cuddly Dudley dolls, which are now a collector's item, of course. But
thousands of them are out there. Yeah.
Yeah, I used to visit them sometimes on my way into Chicago, and I'd get there before Ray Rayner did, and that's when there would be a delay. He wouldn't come on till like 7:15 or something.
Yeah.
Because he's delayed because he's not there yet on the live show. But,
now I'm going to put you on the spot. I'm going to ask you a couple more questions. What is one of your favorite memories of working the Bozo Circus back in the day with Bob Bell and Roy and all the other guys?
First of all, when did this turn into a Senate hearing? My favorite thing with Bell is first day I ever work it. A lot of people don't realize that the off stage, where the curtain is, where the acts come out, you're basically going to be in the hallway. The hallway was behind you, and Phil Donahue show was right next door. And people would get out of the Phil Donahue show from the live Donahue show was 11 to 12. 12 to 1 was the Bozo show. They'd be coming past there when the Bozo show was getting on there. So you'd be standing in this one very kind of small area that was inside the studio. And I remember the first time I did it, right before I went on, Bob Bell put his head right through the curtain and real low. He was, "Are you ready?" Totally different. Sounded like out of The Simpsons, some of those. But he ended up being a good guy. I liked Bob Bell a lot, man. I had a lot of fun with him. And it showed as the time went on how we were friends, because I would drag them into my skits, him and Cookie.
Oh, that's one thing that that's one thing that the producers really enjoyed about Marshall's work, and you carried that on as well. And the chemistry between you and Bob and Roy was just amazing.
Yeah, you can tell when you're talking to each other. He takes a shot at me once in a while.
Oh, the tapes you've been putting up on Facebook are incredible, not only of your appearances on the Bozo Show or Bozo Circus, but of your career in general.
The people that you saw and the great stand-up comic you were as well. You're not only a Magic Man, you could do stand-up comic as well. Very well.
And play the guitar.
And play the guitar. Yeah. Congratulations.
Yeah.
And have all his old
here
tapes.
I am on WRMN.
Hey.
Meet and greet.
You made the circle.
Yeah, because, that's our Elgin said. WRMN was I lived in Elgin for, 72 to 77.
How far are you now, Ken? Where do you live?
Batavia.
Batavia? That's not far.
Oh, home of the Bulldogs.
Yeah, suburb of Elgin.
Yeah.
I'm going to get your number from Tom, if you don't mind. And then maybe we'll get you on one day and we'll talk different things. Because big fan as well.
Go through Jeff Meyer.
Oh, Jeff will be on with us. I'll make sure.
Yeah, Kenny's got a ton of stories about celebrities and musicians and performers that he's worked with over the last 50 years.
It's crazy, man. It's like I end up with 85 different acts I performed.
I saw your videos. They are impressive that you have them, for one thing, as we mentioned earlier.
Trying to put them through,
Oh, God.
Some of these pictures and that. So it's I just don't. The problem with putting a lot of video is that you want to put on stuff that has different material, and sometimes there's a chunk of time where I'm doing the exact type of act, for.
Hey, if it works, why change it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you don't want to have a tape. Who wants to watch the tape over?
I would.
As long as you introduce somebody else, somebody different.
Unless they do something that's really funny or outrageous, somebody that I have out there, that's what makes the tape different. And there's ones I wish I had, but cell phones, people didn't have the video. They had the phone, but they didn't have the video, and so we would like to have that. But I've been able to locate at least 20-something of the Bozo shows I have, so at least.
It's a fantastic archive, and I really enjoyed the footage when you're working with kids. You really work well with kids, and it just shows.
I feel like I'm on an award show. I'm getting played off.
We're roasting you.
We're doing it for you, man. Well, listen, you're getting the playoff music right now.
The playoff music, man.
Yeah, don't worry about it. You're welcome to stay on, or we'll just we'll catch you next time.
Give somebody else a chance. All right, guys. Good seeing you.
All right.
Thank you, Kenny.
Nice talking to you. That was Ken Mate. Ken Mate, everybody. This gentleman here, he's been around quite a long time. Quite a few acts, like he said, that he's been involved in himself. I've seen a lot of his work. It's really something to be.
He's got the best collection of what he's done. He really does.
His career is totally archived.
That's Ken Mate, Kenmate. We'll be back in just a few short seconds, and we're going to be talking everything Bozo Samora. We got some great photos to show everybody, and hopefully,
and a special announcement.
A little bit more, and we got a special announcement coming. Be back in a few moments.
Thank you, everyone.
With your news flash, I'm Ryan Gatenby, brought to you by RainX. Illinois will soon require lenders to use a digital system for vehicle titles. Officials say the change will speed processing, reduce delays, and improve fraud protection by replacing paper titles with electronic records. Illinois lawmakers are considering a bill to set statewide standards for school panic alert systems. The proposal would require technology allowing staff to instantly notify police during emergencies. Known as Alyssa's Alert, similar systems are already used in several states following the 2018 Parkland school shooting. Illinois Attorney General Kwame Raoul is suing to block a plan to cut public health funding to Illinois and 3 other states. The Trump administration intends to rescind about $600 million, including grants for HIV and disease prevention programs. I'm Ryan Gatenby with your news flash.
Straight Talk Wireless presents Pickup Truck Wisdom.
If you're only good to your new friends, you're not going to have any old ones. Straight Talk gets it. That's why new and existing customers get free 5G phones on Verizon's 5G network. Pretty simple, really. You keep good people by being good people.
Find us at straighttalk.com and Walmart. Straight Talk Wireless. Straightforward. Always. Taxes and fees apply. Plan purchase required for free phone offers. Copyright 2026 Verizon.
My name is Whitney Allen, and I'm a widow. After my husband died, the last thing I wanted to think about was money. Ethos made it affordable to get life insurance. Signing up was fast and 100% online. I knew that I could pay our mortgage and have food in the fridge. I could focus on my kids. No one ever tells you how much you're going to depend on that policy. I am so grateful we had coverage.
Get your free quote at ethos.com/save. That's ethos.com/save. Paid spokesperson. Time spent on application may vary. Online health questions required.
Clutter happens, but junk doesn't have to weigh you down. At the Junk Luggers, we're your full-service junk removal and hauling pros, tackling everything from single-item pickups to major cleanouts. We handle the heavy lifting, and with our commitment to the green way, we rehome and recycle to keep your unwanted items out of landfills. So, whether you're clearing out the garage, downsizing, or saying goodbye to old furniture, we make the process eco-friendly and easy. Call 1-800-LUG-JUNK or visit junkluggers.com today. Let's save your space and the planet together.
When it comes to orthopedic and spine surgery, Prime Healthcare St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin leads the way. Recognized by U.S. News and World Report as a high performer across multiple surgery types, we offer advanced and minimally invasive procedures supported by state-of-the-art imaging technology. Our expert surgeons and compassionate care teams are here to help you move, heal, and live better every step of the way. St. Joseph Hospital in Elgin, exceptional care close to home.
This is Sarah Silver with your Fox Valley forecast, brought to you by Rain-X, America's #1 wiper blade. This afternoon, sunny with a high near 53. Tonight, mostly clear with a low around 29. As we look ahead to Saturday, patchy fog is possible before 8 a.m., followed by mostly sunny skies and a high near 55. On Sunday, expect sunny conditions with a high near 58. Currently, it's 51 and clear. I'm Sarah Silver on the Talk of the Town, WRMN.
You're still grooving, still connecting, still loving, still turning up, still thriving. You still got it, but your immune system, it weakens as you age. That's where vaccines come in. They help train and strengthen your immune response to fight off respiratory illnesses like flu, pneumococcal pneumonia, RSV, or COVID-19. Ask your doctor or pharmacist which vaccines you need. Book in minutes at vaxassist.com. Sponsored by Pfizer.
Deano's Night Out on WRMN. It's the talk of the town, so come on and listen now. It's Deano's Night Out on WRMN 1410. On WRMN, it's the talk of the town.
Hey, and we are back. Dino's Night Out, right here, WRMN 1410 in studio number 14. A little bit of housekeeping. We didn't announce it in the beginning, but we are so fortunate. We have a gentleman, Ron Onesti from the Arcana Theater, which is oshows.com. Has great shows every single weekend, Sundays. I mean, place to dine inside there at the Arcata Theater. It's a place to see. Just not only for the architectural design. The Arcata Theater, I think, is there 100 years. We're celebrating 100 years, the Arcata Theater being around. So, hey, it's the place to be. And that's our great sponsor, my very dear friend, Ron Onesti. He has always supported, our show and this show in particular. But what we're going to do is we're going to talk a little bit some more with, we got Tom Holbrook over here and Jeffrey Myers. He wanted to introduce another gentleman that was Elgin, Elgin born, I guess, or...
Well, I'm not sure if he was born in Elgin. He did attend Elgin High School, and he was a floor director.
Elginite.
Yeah, he's an Elginite. Right? He's been a wonderful friend of mine and of my family's.
Richard Lubers?
Richard Lubers.
There you go.
Richard Lubers.
Tell me I don't know my bozos.
You got that right. He was a floor director on the WGN show in Chicago with Bob Bell and everything, and he actually became a character. You can kind of see it here. Became a character right here named Monty Melvin. And Monty Melvin was performed on the show in the late 60s. And Dick was also part of the very popular Hiawatha pageant dancers and everything.
Oh, the old Hiawatha.
Yeah, we had that quite a bit.
He was a Fakawi tribe, I think.
Yeah, I'm not sure about that.
I'm not too sure.
But Lubers was a great friend of my Uncle Emil's, and they were friends for many, many years. And on the back is a bigger picture of Mr. Monty Melvin. And they're rare photographs because he was only on there for like a season, and he was kind of a foil of Bozos. He was a Carnival Barker character.
What year was that? What year was it?
That would have been around 67 to 69 or so. Yeah, back in the day.
So what do you think?
Give a shout out to Richard there.
That's it, Mr. Richard Lubers. Still in Elgin area. In fact, he was at the library not too long ago, if you guys remember when we had that nice presentation.
Yeah, that was big.
Well, that was a lot of fun. We showed movies
did a great job
and music. Well, that's kind of you. I was very nervous. We
I don't know why.
We had an immense amount of Bozo material up there. We had raffles and prize giveaways. And I think one of the things that really drew the people in was the fact that they were receiving a set of original 1968 Bozo picture cards.
Yes,
those were absolutely original from the era. And red noses too. We gave out those. People had red noses
Quite a few of them.
Yeah, that was fun.
Jeff was drinking in the back, so his nose.
I wore my red nose to it. Yeah, that's right.
Jeff is always a blessing.
Yeah.
It was wonderful to have both WRMN and Jeffrey Myers and Bruce Shippier and Sue Shippier and everybody else that showed up. Thank you so very much.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Bruce
I love
is a
her.
good guy,
Yeah.
but without Sue,
that's what I said.
Bruce ain't nothing. That lady is just really supports these two guys. Make sure all the equipment is there. Everything
Puts
is
up
set
with them.
She's a lovely lady. Okay, we're going to do like a little medley of pictures. I got the screen on here. And what you could do, we'll just comment on them because we got an announcement coming up just before we close today.
Okay.
And all of this has been building up, everybody, just so you understand. We're just not here showing a bunch of Bozo pictures. We got all these neat guys that called in. We had David Eaton call all the way from Ohio, and he was a Bozo. He was doing all the Bozo stuff. Kevin Butler called in, and he was talking about Bill Brighton, the other gentleman that worked with the show. And then we also just got done with Ken Mate. How about that?
That was fantastic.
Noah called in. Noah's
Michelle.
he lives not too far away from you, by the way.
Oh, awesome.
That's how Noah knows you. He says, you know what? And Michelle even called in, had some question and answers to share
she
with
saw
us.
the Collector's Call TV show, which was great. It was really an honor to have it run twice.
So this is all leading up to a great thing. We're going to have a special announcement by the end of the show. You're not going to want to miss it. Ooh. So those of you watching the YouTube, we have our first photos up here. They've been up there. So go ahead. You want to explain what they are?
Well, that's Roy Brown holding a painting of himself as Cookie with some of the characters that he had created and voiced and puppeteered. And that painting is in the Bozeum. It was done by a WGN artist. And I might mispronounce the name, but I believe his last name was Hepburg. And I apologize if I'm wrong on that. And the photo on the right is Marshall Brodeen, the great Marshall Brodeen. And that is myself in the Wizzo costume. The very first time that I had put on the makeup and I came out to his house, I gave Marshall a call and I said, hey, someone's here at my house and they want to meet you. I don't think you've ever met them before. And so, bring him on over, he said. So I came over there, and Ken Mate, God bless him, answered my call, and he showed up, and he took that wonderful picture, as well as many others, of me in the Wizzo costume. And that's when Marshall said, hey, you know what? I want you to take on the mantle of Wizzo.
So, you Chicago guys kind of held together is what I'm hearing. Ken Mate, you had Roy, right?
Yes, Roy Brown.
And Roy Brown, along with Marshall, they lived on Roselle Road.
Yes.
Right across from that Turner Pond, which is just, they were on one side of the pond, and our law office is on the other one.
Yes.
So I pass by that house all the time.
Yeah, that was a lovely place to visit. Yeah. The little story, when Roy got engaged to his fiancée, or his girlfriend, Mary Lou, who sadly has passed, I was there dressed as Santa Claus. I made a stop, and we were chatting, and he's like, I want you to give Mary Lou my ring, And I said, okay. And so she calls, and
he changed his mind. He wanted you to marry her?
No. Well, she was quite a gal. She was really nice. But Mary Lou calls while I'm visiting, and she goes, what are you doing, Roy? And he goes, I'm sitting here with Santa Claus, relaxing. And she had thought maybe he was off his rocker. And when she showed up, she was taken back by that. And then a little figurine that I had created of Cookie, and I gifted him the first time that I had met him. The little figurine I hand carved and painted and everything like that was on their wedding cake.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
I like that.
Oh, here we got Marshall. And me, I'm wearing a mustache and a beard when I was working on television in Nebraska as a character called The Great Zombini, which was really a ripoff of Wizzo, Grandpa Munster, and Bert from Soap.
I love Bert.
And then here we got on the right-hand side, of course, in the color photograph, we've got the band leader. I don't think that's Bob Trendler. It's the guy that came before, and Fitzsimmons, I believe. And I might be wrong. I apologize to you, Chicago historians out there. I can't remember all the names. But we have Bob Bell in the blue costume. We have Marshall as Wizzo, and of course Roy Cookie Brown. And then we have Mr. Whitaker as Bozo to the left, coming out of the broken paper circle, and then up above, holding a portrait of Bozo, is Mr. Larry Harmon in Bozo makeup.
I'll be darned.
Yeah.
Those are great photos. No question about it.
Yeah.
I see Ned Locke.
Yeah, Ned Locke, the great ringmaster Ned, and a little lady that's in a photograph in a holder that I have, and they signed the holder, Ned did, and Bozo. And on the right-hand side of Bozo is Ray Rayner as Old Oliver.
Yeah, he was good, wasn't he?
Oh, he was awesome.
His makeup changed throughout the years.
Very slightly. Yeah. I remember him talking on the show when I was a kid. I remember watching the show, and he taught us how he made his wig out of fake fur, and how he used nose putty and made his own nose, which he said was larger. And he said, when you're a clown, you want to accentuate those things. And that always stuck with me. That show was just wonderful.
So is that why you still wear the prosthetic nose?
Yes,
today?
That's right. Yeah, you can't tell. My proboscis there,
check out that schnauzer.
Ray Rayner would do a morning show, and then he'd go in full makeup. They all did that, didn't they? They all
then they would go and put on the makeup and do that. And then on the right-hand side, you'll see Marshall Brodeen on the left in the tuxedo, and the great mind reader Joe Diamond, who's a great friend of mine and Chicagoan. And then on the right is some Bozo actor. He was working the Row Center show. He took the mantle of Bozo from 2002 to nearly 2006, and you're talking to him today. Yeah.
Son of a gun. That's you right there.
Yeah, that's me. Hey, that's me.
Yeah, that's right. Hey,
without makeup.
That's me at the Row Center show having a great day. Yeah, without makeup. Yeah,
that's right.
There's a funny story about that wig, but I'll share it at a different time.
Okay. Now we got a couple here. We got a puzzle, and what else?
We've got one of the tray frame puzzles on the right. I should have tilted the photo better. And Bozo had a tent full of different products, including food products. And Vienna Beef created Bozo hot dogs. And so we have Bozo hot dog package, the signage, advertising, and the bun package from a company that made Bozo buns.
Wow.
Oh, And I'm going to capitalize on all this here. The left-hand side is just a little teaser photo of some of the decor that's in the Bozeum that was all hand-painted and
handmade decor.
Oh, my gosh.
I've watched you make half of this stuff. It looks great.
It's been crazy, like a giant art project. And on the right-hand side is something I really haven't even shown very many people. I haven't shown very many people. It was never on Collector's Call. It's a life-size animatronic of Bozo the Clown that was created by the Penn and Gerber Company out of Wheaton, Illinois. So,
wow. Can't wait to see that.
Yeah, that's a crazy piece. Yeah.
There you go.
And of course, we got the Bozo alarm clock on the left hand side, and you can see how it's going to be put into like a bedroom setting. You can see the posts of one of the.
Kind of looks like the one you brought along here.
Yeah, it's kind of similar. I think it is the same one. It might be set at the same time. Yeah. And then I like collecting some of the folk art that fans and kids had made featuring Bozo the Clown, and so there's a little art gallery of images that will be in the Bozo bedroom area, so to speak. On the left is a WHDH TV gift bag. They would have put tchotchkes and coupons and prizes and such in these bags and hand them out to audience members. They did it at many Bozo shows around the country. And then here we have Ned Locke and Cookie making an appearance. Probably
at a Christmas show. I see.
Yeah, Christmas show at a high school gymnasium somewhere, having a good time, making people laugh.
Excellent.
Where's WHDH?
That was in the Boston market, and that would have been Mr. Frank Avrush as Bozo. And Frank had an illustrious career similar to yours, Mr. Jeff. And he was involved with, entertainment like Deano is. And, it's really an interesting parallel how all this runs together. And there's like the same blood running through different veins. Of course, we have I think it's, I want to say, Hasbro, penny bank of Bozo the Clown, the gumball bank. We had that here on the desk today. And that's me as Wizzo the Wacky Wizard at the Santa's Village event that WRMN helped to promote with Wizzo Days.
You know what a commercial artist is, right?
Yes, sir.
My father did one of the Bozo bank's drawings for it.
Oh,
for Hasbro.
Wow.
Perhaps
this one.
Yeah. That's a whole lot of gumballs, Bozo.
Yeah.
That's an interesting. I like that story very much so.
I'll have to dig up my brother. I think my brother worked with my father.
Yeah.
I think they still have that.
Oh, I would love to have a copy of that in the Bozeum. That's the kind of stuff I like these candid photographs a fan had taken while they're at the studio. You got Roy Brown saying hello to the audience. You got Bob Bell looking funny. Look at that old backdrop set. That's changed over the years. And these photographs, hold true to what it was like back then when people visited the circus. And then on the right-hand side, we've got another Harmon-related product created by the Topps Gumball Company. I believe Topps was in the Chicagoland market.
It was.
And it's got Bozo bubblegum.
Kind of funny, though. You talk about Bozo, just his posture. Look at him just standing there. Yeah, you just laugh at him he would just, like that. He's just like let his shoulders down and just stand there. It was always, it was just his presence.
I agree.
Oh, my God.
He was a natural.
Oh, was he?
He was not trained by Larry Harmon either.
No, that was him.
There's a great Tribune cover of a Sunday magazine of Bob Bell in full makeup. Real nice close-up shot. You can see all the nuances of his makeup and everything. And then we have some Bozo dolls. Various Bozo dolls are created over the years. And of course, there we got Bob Bell again. Just a wonderful pose.
I think he was out of all the Bozos. Really, I think he was the best.
In the nation.
Would you say so?
Well, it's interesting.
My opinion.
It's interesting you say that because most of the Bozo shows only ran for a few years. There was only a couple that ran for a decade or more, and one of them being up in the Michigan area with Dick Richards, and that persona was more of the Larry Harmon persona. Bob created his own persona with Bozo. He is almost like his own Bozo. Now, if you look at the previous photo and this current photo that's up, you'll see differences in the makeup, like he outlined his mouth here. Early on, Bob did a very complex makeup, and later on in the years, he simplified it.
That's a black and white picture.
Yeah.
You could see there's a black outline.
Yeah, but I mean the extra line around the cheek there.
With the white.
He took that out. He took that out,
Yeah.
He simplified the makeup very much so.
I just think appearance-wise,
he was great.
Oh, my God.
And he was wonderful with kids, being a family man.
What's that thing on the right-hand side?
Oh, that's a Bozo pencil sharpener.
Okay, I was wondering what's going on in the forehead.
Yeah, right there. He put that pencil right in his head.
Everybody in the cast became famous when the WGN went Superstation.
That's what I was about to say. You're right. When the nation was exposed to the Chicago
Early 80s,
marketplace. Yep, and Bozo, we have a poster featuring that. When Bozo jumped on cable and the Chicago show went nationwide, it kind of eliminated the other Bozo shows. Dick Richards' show basically folded up the tent because of that, and Harmon was a little perturbed, the owner of the character at the time, because it limited his marketplace, and it made Chicago look like the only Bozo show. Yeah, here we have Cuddly Dudley on the left-hand side, you know. That's a nice, loved version of Cuddly. And then we have the Bradley Bozo wristwatch, one of many that were produced back in the day.
Do you have one?
Oh, yeah. That's a picture from the Bozeum.
Well, of course.
Yeah.
Of course he's got one.
Yeah, of course.
What's wrong
What
with
are you talking about?
It tells fun time.
I know what time it is.
Yeah, it's fun time.
It's Bozo time.
I know. Here we got the Bozo sticker book by Whitman Publishing. The original artwork for that book, I believe, is in the Bozeum. And we have a Tickle Toys, roly-poly Bozo toy. These were kind of tchotchkes that were sold at like Ben Franklin's and stuff. Bozo ice cream cup. That was fun. Most of this material, the food products were distributed, ice cream products in particular, were distributed by ice cream trucks, which are kind of banned in a lot of municipalities.
With the wooden sticks?
Yeah, it had a little stick, yeah. And it has a little lid that has Bozo on it as well. But then we have the great Bob Bell again. And in his wonderful makeup, you can see he's got the additional lines in a different place at that time.
And what year was that?
And the
Early
Bozo
60s?
drum. That would have been a red costume in the early 60s, yeah.
Doesn't Bob Bell play the man who hosted the Stooges? Three Stooges?
Oh, yeah, that was Andy Starr. Andy Starr.
That character as well. So
yes,
they were incredible. They would take that makeup off and be a different character.
You had to wear a lot of hats back then.
Yeah, oh gosh.
Ned Locke was in sales. He sold airtime and everything.
Yeah, Dick Tracy's a host as well. So
man,
all kinds of
that
shows
was Ray who did that. Yeah, Ray did the
they really worked.
Sergeant, oh my gosh, it eludes me right now. But that was a very popular show, and I believe Roy did the puppeteering on that show with the Beauregard the Bloodhound and stuff. And here we have Marshall Brodeen Jr. on the right-hand side holding the TV Magic Cards T-shirt, and the late great Marshall Brodeen Sr., who was the original Wizzo, and then that's me dressed as Wizzo in the purple costume that we developed to help in Alzheimer's fundraising because Marshall had Alzheimer's. Yeah.
Good job. You don't need much makeup. Good work.
Hey, if you ever needed to call someone, Bozo had a telephone back then. And again, more food products. There's Bozo caramel corn. And there was cotton candy, popcorn, potato chips, peanut butter, jelly, soda pop. Oh, and here we have a Bozo from Rhode Island. And his name is Bob, and he's a friend of mine.
He's got a red outfit as well.
His costume is blue. It's just a poor photograph from way back in the day. Actually, someone tried to colorize the photograph. It was originally black and white.
Okay.
He was an early on Bozo.
I remember that Bozo thing.
The Bob bag. Yeah. Oh, very popular. They must have sold millions of those. Yeah, everyone wanted to punch the clown. And then we have Bozo was featured in many coloring books and children's storybooks. This is a Whitman storybook, King of the Ring. And on the right-hand side, we've got the cast of the Collector's Call show. And there's me in the blue shirt with a plethora of Bozo the Clown material back there. And it was quite an honor to be on the Collector's Call show. Almost as much of an honor as being on Dino's Night Out.
Oh, my God, yeah.
Too close to call.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we got one of the many TV guide type of books that the
would come out in Sunday's newspaper.
And you can see that
I never saw that drum, that one.
Well, that's the Bozo Big Top drum.
Oh,
that's for the second show that ran in the evening time.
Prime time, yeah. It was like in the 70s. They tried it with prime time.
Oh, that was actually that was later. It was earlier because Bob's wearing the red costume here, so that would have been like no later than 1968 or so. No later than then. And then we had the Bozo peanut butter. Again, if all the material had come out that was licensed, you could have had a whole day with Bozo, with breakfast and lunch and dinner, and slept in your Bozo jammies after taking a bath with Bozo and everything. And here we got one of Roy Brown's costumes. This is at the Clown Hall of Fame. We have a similar costume. The last costume that Roy held on to is going to be in the Bozeum, as well as a couple of other artifacts that were Roy's and such. And then we have which is absolutely an honor to have in the Bozeum. It truly is. And then over here we have a Bozo bobblehead that was created in the 90s. And there's the Cookie makeup kit. And you could be a clown with Cookie makeup, and Cookie will teach you how to dress up as Wizzo, and how to put on the white face, or how to be a hobo, or how to dress up as Cookie. Wow. And again, there's one of the many Bozo storybooks there. And there's Frank Avrush on the left, the Boston Bozo.
Wow.
And he was a very early on Bozo. He started in 1959.
And he had the real high.
Yeah, you get the tall eyebrows.
Yeah, he had the very tall eyebrows. Yes,
eyebrows coming
The
up.
eyebrows were part of the wig cap.
I guess.
Yeah, that costume is on display in the Bozeum.
Oh, you have that one.
Yeah, yeah. And then we got the great Matt McNeil with Wizzo there. Yeah, and
he's wonderful talent.
Yeah, he's
a young talent.
We're very lucky to have him here on WRMN.
Really, isn't he?
Yeah,
yes, he's a wonderful.
Matt has come such a long way and so instrumental in operating.
Does his homework, always prepared.
He knows how to push the buttons and dial the dials.
Yeah, and he's technical as well.
Very sharp guy.
And then we have a fan art painting of a Tribune retirement painting that was published many years ago in a Sunday magazine. Many people took it upon themselves to do their own rendition of it, and I've tried to collect a few of them because I find it kind of fascinating that people liked it so much that they would do that. And here's another Bozo toy. This is a funny one. You push the button, and Bozo would flop around all over the place. Yeah.
Potato chips.
Yeah, there you go. Bozo coloring books. There's Frank Avrush's full cast of characters later on. Wow. The great Ed Spinney, or Carol Spinney, was on the show. He later on left and went to go work for Jim Henson as Big Bird and Oscar the Grouch.
That's right.
He was on the show for many years. Yeah.
One of your fans knocking at the door right there. That's a great collection.
Well, Dino, do you think maybe we should, while you're showing pictures, that maybe we can give the little announcement?
We're going to have to do it. I think now's the time to do it.
All right. Bozo fans, thank you so very much for tuning in, and I appreciate the phone calls today from everyone. And I just want to let everyone know that on March 4th, we're going to start taking, I guess we would call it applications or invitations for people to visit the Bozeum. And those visitations will be videotaped and turned into a virtual tour situation so the entire country can see the Bozeum from the eyes of the fans, with the fans. And I'm truly looking forward to that. One idea with the virtual tour is to make it a fundraiser for various charities, including first responders and St. Jude's charities as well.
Well, you're always thinking about somebody other than yourself, Tom, and that's great that you do that. It really is. And folks, you heard it. He's going to start doing these private tours. He's going to make it up really, really nice. I know what he's been building up there because
it's a mess.
But I still know what you've been building, and these displays are awesome. And you look at that. This is the bottom of the top of the hour already. Can you believe it?
Show's over.
I hope you'll have me back in a couple weeks. We'll do a little sneak preview of the Bozeum.
I'm glad to do it with you. Not a problem.
Thank you, Dino. Thank you, Jeff.
This has been wonderful.
Thank you, Bruce.
Jeffrey, thanks for
Thank
being
you, everyone,
here.
for calling.
Bruce, we appreciate you here. You know, we had some great people. Like I said, we've already recapped who called. We had David Eaton call all the way from Ohio. How do you like that? Ken Mate was on here. Talked about a lot of the history, a lot of the stuff with Marshall and all the guys. And even we had Kevin Butler talking about Bill Britton,
yeah.
Britton.
Yeah.
And then, we had some good people.
It's been a wonderful show.
Noah even called in. Michelle called in. So, hey, this has been great.
Thank you, everybody.
We appreciate everybody for listening. You don't want to miss it. You can get a hold of Tommy, TOMMY.Holbrook, HOLBROOK.
Are you dreaming of a getaway? Want to leave the
at
yahoo.com. Daily life
Yahoo.com.
behind?
Thank
Whether
you very
it's
much,
a relaxing
everybody.
cruise or an adventurous landscape, planning the perfect vacation doesn't have to be a hassle. At Cruises International, they specialize